afternoon. Welcome back to the Laugh Pig Kitchen. It is Wednesday, November 9th, the day after the world watched the carnival sideshow that was the United States presidential election this year. It's over. I'm happy it's over. And I guess now the new parade of clowns can begin. So bring them on. And what better day than today to talk about wine and possibly drinking a whole heck of a lot of wine. I think most of us are just relieved that it's all done with. But it's been probably 6 weeks since we did our video on putting our Possum grape wine under airlock. And it has been patiently bubbling away. And now that our bubbles have stopped for a week or so, that pretty much means that our fermentation is done. And I'm not sure if you can see from here, maybe you can. See there's a little line of kind of brownish down here below our pretty purple wine. That's our residue from our wine yeast that's down there. They partied and consumed all the sugar they could, turned it to alcohol and bubbles, and then they have all kind of collapsed down here at the bottom. This is actually considered to be very nutritional by a lot of people, that when you pull your clear wine off and you've still got the residue down at the bottom, that you can feed it to your animals, you can put it in stocks and stuff for soups, that it has a lot of vitamins and minerals in it. So we'll see. I haven't decided what I'm going to do with it yet. We'll just wait and see. So anyway, here goes our airlock off of the top of our gallon of wine. And let's see what we ended up with. It smells like wine. That's always good. That's always a really positive thing when it smells like wine and not vinegar. So we have not had a batch turn to vinegar yet. Crossing my fingers and knocking on some wood here and there. And it certainly smells like this batch did not turn into vinegar either. We don't want to bottle anything without tasting it though. Wouldn't that be silly? So we're going to try not to disturb our nice clear wine, since all of the residue has dropped to the bottom in the last 6 weeks. But we do want to get down in here and get a decent little sample from kind of midway down into the jug. It's a beautiful color, you see. It's pretty darn clear too. I'm really happy with how clear this is. It smells like wine. Well, that is lovely. The last time we tasted it before putting it under airlock, it was still really tart because the Possum grapes are so tart and sour. We added a little bit more sugar, and then just the 6 weeks of it working has really brought the tartness down a lot. So we've got that really nice wild grape flavor, and we've also got that woodsy flavor since we left the stems on the grapes as we were doing our initial fermentation. So this is a really cool, good tasting wine. I'm really happy with how this has turned out. And we're going to bottle it. I'm not going to make you watch the entire, sometimes messy procedure of bottling. But what's going to happen is I have my handy dandy siphon hose here. What you cannot see is that I have a big, like 1.5 gallon stainless steel bowl down here on a footstool. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to siphon just like you would siphon anything, whether it's gasoline or something else, from one place to another. I'm going to put my hose down into my jug, being careful not to get down into that residue, because we don't want that. We just want the really nice clear wine. I'm going to siphon it into this big stainless steel bowl. After I do that, and then we have all of the wine in the bowl, I'm going to take a pitcher and individually fill these bottles with our wine. And 1 gallon of wine makes about 5 bottles, 5 750 milliliter bottles, you know, your average size bottle, not your big Magnum wine bottles, but these are your regular size ones. Makes about 5, because you're going to have a little bit down at the bottom that's not usable, that is that residue, that you don't want that cloudy stuff in your beautiful wine. I have my corks. I have my handy dandy portable corker. We'll pop corks into these bottles. We'll label them, put them downstairs in my wine cellar, which is actually our downstairs basement storage closet, but we can call it a wine cellar if we want. And then we're going to let them sit probably until at least close to Christmas time. I know 1 or 2 of these bottles are going to be Christmas gifts, one in particular to Granddad, who was kind enough to supply us with the Possum grapes to make this wine. So as a little reward, he gets a bottle for Christmas. So we're real happy with how this turned out. You may see us doing some more wine here pretty soon, because over there in the corner, I have 6 more gallons of muscadine wine that's working under airlock right now. So we're going to have a great supply this winter of some really great tasting wine. So thanks for joining us. Have fun on the day after Election Day. What else can we do but throw up our hands and say, hi, rest of the world. You just never know what we're going to do over here in the United States. So cheers, everyone. Have a wonderful day from the Laugh Pig Kitchen. Bye-bye.